5 seconds to go. Start. In particular, it stated that legislation can be struck down on the ground that it is arbitrary under Article 14, went on to conclude that arbitrariness, when applied to legislation, cannot be used loosely. Instead, it broad based the test, stating that if a constitutional infirmity is found, Article 14 will interdict such infirmity, and a constitutional infirmity is found in Article 14 itself whenever legislation is manifestly arbitrary, that is, when it is not fair, not reasonable, discriminatory, not transparent, capricious, biased, with favoritism or nepotism, and not in pursuit of promotion of healthy competition and equitable treatment. Positively speaking, it should conform to norms which are rational, informed with reason, and guided by public interest, etc. Another Constitution Bench decision in Subramanian Swamy vs. CBI, Subramanian Swamy vs. CBI 2014 8 SCC 682, dealt with a challenge to Section 6A of the Delhi Special Police Establishment Act 1946. This section was ultimately struck down as being discriminatory and hence violative of Article 14. A specific reference had been made to the Constitution Bench by the reference order in Subramanian Swamy vs. CBI. The reference inter alia was as to whether arbitrariness and unreasonableness, being facets of Article 14, are or are not available as grounds to invalidate a legislation. After referring to the submissions of the Council and several judgments on the discrimination aspect of Article 14, this court held it has been held by this court that the basic principle which informs both Articles 14 and 16 are equality and inhibition against discrimination. This court observed in para 85 as under. From a positivistic point of view, equality is antithetic to arbitrariness. In fact, equality and arbitrariness are sworn enemies. One belongs to the rule of law in a republic, while the other to the whim and caprice of an absolute monarch. Where an act is arbitrary, it is implicit in it that it is unequal both according to political logic and constitutional law, and is therefore violative of Article 14, and if it affects any matter relating to public employment, it is also violative of Article 16. Article 14 and 16 strike at arbitrariness in state action and ensure fairness and equality of treatment. Where there is challenge to the constitutional validity of a law enacted by the legislature, the court must keep in view that there is always a presumption of constitutionality of an enactment, and a clear transgression of constitutional principles must be shown. The fundamental nature and importance of the legislative process needs to be recognized by the court, and due regard and deference must be accorded to the legislative process. Where the legislation is sought to be challenged as being unconstitutional and violative of Article 14 of the Constitution, the court must remind itself to the principles relating to the applicability of Article 14 in relation to invalidation of legislation. The two dimensions of Article 14 in its application to legislation and rendering legislation invalid are now well recognized, and these are discrimination based on an impermissible or invalid classification and excessive delegation of powers, conferment of uncanalized and unguided powers on the executive, whether in the form of delegated legislation or by way of conferment of authority to pass administrative orders, if such conferment is without any guidance, control, or checks. It is violative of Article 14 of the Constitution. The court also needs to be mindful that A legislation does not become unconstitutional merely because there is another view or because another method may be considered to be as good or even more effective, like any issue of social or even economic policy. It is well settled that the courts do not substitute their views on what the policy is. Since the court ultimately struck down Section 6A on the ground that it was discriminatory, it became unnecessary to pronounce on one of the questions referred to it, namely as to whether arbitrariness could be a ground for invalidating legislation under Article 14. Indeed, the court said as much in para 98 of the judgment as under. Having considered the impugned provision contained in section 6A and for the reasons indicated above, we do not think that it is necessary to consider the other objections challenging the impugned provision in the context of Article 14. To complete the picture, it is important to note that subordinate legislation can be struck down on the ground that it is arbitrary and therefore violative of Article 14 of the Constitution. In Cellular Operators Association of India versus TRI, Cellular Operators Association of India versus TRI 2016 7 SCC 703, this court referred to earlier precedents and held, we have already seen that one of the tests for challenging the constitutionality of subordinate legislation is that subordinate legislation should not be manifestly arbitrary. Also, it is settled law that subordinate legislation can be challenged on any of the grounds available for challenge against plenary legislation. It is next submitted before us that the amended rules are arbitrary, unreasonable, and cause undue hardship, and therefore violate Article 14 of the Constitution. Although the protection of Article 19(1)(g) may not be available to the appellants, the rules must undoubtedly satisfy the test of Article 14, which is a guarantee against arbitrary action. However, one must bear in mind that what is being challenged here under Article 14 is not executive action but delegated legislation. The tests of arbitrary action which apply to executive actions do not necessarily apply to delegated legislation. In order that delegated legislation can be struck down, such legislation must be manifestly arbitrary, a law which could not be reasonably expected to emanate from an authority delegated with the law-making power. In Indian Express Newspapers Bombay Private Limited versus Union of India, Indian Express Newspapers Bombay Private Limited versus Union of India 1985 1 SCC 641 1985 SCC Tax 121. This court said that a piece of subordinate legislation does not carry the same degree of immunity which is enjoyed by a statute passed by a competent legislature. A subordinate legislation may be questioned under Article 14 on the ground that it is unreasonable not in the sense of not being reasonable, but in the sense that it is manifestly arbitrary. Drawing a comparison between the law in England and in India, the court further observed that in England the judges would say Parliament never intended the authority to make such rules. They are unreasonable and ultra vires. In India, arbitrariness is not a separate ground since it will come within the embargo of Article 14 of the Constitution. But subordinate legislation must be so arbitrary that it could not be said to be in conformity with the statute or that it offends Article 14 of the Constitution. The tests of arbitrary action applicable to executive action do not necessarily apply to delegated legislation. In order to strike down a delegated legislation as arbitrary, it has to be established that there is manifest arbitrariness. In order to be described as arbitrary, it must be shown that it was not reasonable and manifestly arbitrary. Stop.